Again, looking across the coast, moderate to heavy rain drifting in across portions of Charlotte County now. Most of this just offshore of Charlotte County. Largest batch of rain now moving towards Sanibel and Captiva. That's going to be moving in as well. And notice all of this rain offshore of Collier County. That will continue to lift in also. So again, the first large batch of rain with these outer bands from Milton starting to move through across the area currently. Here's the latest with Milton. Again, watching this cell, it's looking a lot on the weaker side thanks to wind shear impacting it. A lot of the rain now east of the storm center. And the big thing we've been tracking as well is the exact track of Milton. Since about 1:30 a.m. this morning, I was watching the track. It was moving due northeast, and that's when I drew this line towards the Charlotte County, Sarasota County line. And that is now something that is different for where this storm is tracking. We saw a couple wiggles there, a couple wobbles, but now it's wobbling farther away from that line, which is indicative of a possible landfall either in Sarasota County or even at the Sarasota-Manatee County line. That, again, landfall time coming late tonight, as early as midnight to as late as around 2 a.m. tomorrow morning. Again, our most average model is pretty consistent on that threat of landfall near Sarasota, near Longboat Key as well, shifting a little bit back farther to the north again as the latest imagery is showing that drifting in, and that's something we're watching for. So again, right now, Hurricane Milton, a Category 4 major hurricane, weakening a bit from that Category 5 strength. We saw that at all night long. It's also now picking up speed, moving northeast at 16 miles per hour. Milton is forecast to make landfall again at between midnight and 2 a.m. as a Category 4 hurricane. That's something we're watching for. Again, that location looks to be from Sarasota County to Manatee County, most likely at the Sarasota-Manatee County border. Notice we're still under those hurricane warnings, and that's going to continue for Lee County, Charlotte County, DeSoto, and Highlands counties. Tropical storm warnings in effect for Glades, Hendry, and Collier counties. And that's all because of the force of the wind as it arrived. Tropical storm force winds expected in tropical storm warnings, hurricane force winds expected in hurricane warnings. So here's a breakdown of when those tropical storm force winds move in. By about 2 to 3 o'clock, you should be sheltered in place because those tropical storm force winds really move in by about 5 p.m. We see that there. As we continue through the evening hours, 10, 11, midnight, that's when those hurricane force winds arrive, heading into portions of Charlotte County, DeSoto County, and Sarasota County as well, all dependent on where that storm makes landfall. That's where the highest winds will be. Many of you asking about those wind gusts. Those are going to be increasing throughout the afternoon. Tropical storm force wind gusts going to be likely around 3 p.m. Gusts will increase, especially as we head towards 6, 7, 8, and 9 p.m. We're going to see that trend continue around 10 p.m. as well, with those tropical storm force wind gusts even getting higher as that eye of the system again makes landfall across Sarasota County. Wind gusts anywhere from 50 to 70 miles per hour across Charlotte County. If it makes landfall a little bit closer, those wind gusts can definitely be higher, but keep that in mind, watching that threat for those high winds for the rest of the afternoon. Worst conditions arrive later on tonight. So again, right now what we're watching, these bands of rain now moving on shore. Going to see these strong bands continue to move on shore from now through the afternoon, through the evening, as well as additional bands of rain through at least 9 p.m. And then thanks to wind shear, could see drier air back around 9, 10, and 11 o'clock, but that is when the storm surge threat increases. We'll see that storm surge threat really begin as early as 8 p.m., continue through midnight as well as 2 a.m. and that storm surge warning still in effect for Charlotte County, Lee County, and Collier County because of that threat of storm surge. So again, here's that timing of when the storm surge really arrives. Low tide at noon today, between noon and 2 p.m. High tide going to be at 6 to 7 a.m. Thursday morning, anywhere from 4 to 8 a.m. Thursday morning, I should say, all across Southwest Florida. And that storm surge really ramps up between 8 p.m. and midnight. The storm surge stays high, and even the high tide influences it to stay high Thursday morning, and then we'll finally see those values drop off. So again, 10 to 15 feet of storm surge. Charlotte County coast off towards the north. 8 to 12 feet of storm surge. Charlotte Harbor through the Lee County barrier islands, including Fort Myers Beach and the Back Bay, all the way towards portions of the Back Bay. Going to see a lot of water there as well. 5 to 8 feet of storm surge from Bonita Springs south for Naples, Marco Island, and Everglades City. Many of you also asking, how is high tide going to occur with storm surge? It will occur after the surge arrives, but that high tide time for Thursday morning going to be an impact as well, as we could see the water stay high. Notice those high tide times in Inglewood. High tide times Gasparilla Sound, Boca Grande, Charlotte Harbor, anywhere between about 4:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. Thursday morning. Similar case in Lee County, anywhere between about 5 a.m. and as late as 8 a.m. across Lee County. High tide times tomorrow in Naples, going to see that at 5:11 a.m. in Marco Island, and again at portions of Everglades City and Naples. So again,